Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to Future Dimensions 360. In today's tutorial, we'll talk about server, how we can create web servers in Node.js. So let's begin. Create a file called server.js. As you know, in our previous video, we had used one of the core modules of Node.js, HTTP, to create a very basic web server. So today we will talk about in detail regarding the same HTTP module and web server. So let's go and import HTTP module by using require. We had imported HTTP module. Let's create a function that will handle our requests that are coming on the server. You can say on request is one parameter and response is another parameter on the same server. Okay, so we can say like once the request has been received, so write head on response 200 slash, we can say in JSON the header will be content dash type, and it will be text slash plain. And next we can say write, write, please write down here that I am message from server, I am message from server. It's pretty basic and very easy. Response.end. So we can see whenever in server any request will come, this function will be called on request function. And what this function will do, it will write a response in plain text towards your browser. So here we set it up on, you can say 200. So we had set it up content type in text plain, and here we are passing the message, and here we are ending the response. So let's go and create the server. http dot create server is a basic function to create any server. We can say as soon as the request received, please call this function and then listen the server on 888.485. Let's go ahead and run this file node into server.js, and we can say like our server is running now. Let's go here and say localhost 800 request dot sorry to say the spelling of request dot end. Sorry, it's response dot end. This request, for sure, like request is the one who's bringing data. We have to respond end the response. Let's go back and rerun the file, and we can come here towards our browser and try to rerun it. We can see like the message, I am a message from server. It's very basic, very easy to use, and you can say like this is the pretty basic example of creating a web server. So why we are writing the code in this way, in this manner, is why, because we don't want our no our web server to be blocked. Like normally what happened in the traditional way, the web servers are reaching to specific line and blocked until and unless the request from the browser is not coming, they are not moving forward. And for handling simultaneous requests, it's not easier in normal programming language. So the Node.js is doing this all in event-driven module and in more efficient way. Like see it here, you had created a server. You told server like whenever you receive a request, either 100 or 1,000 simultaneous requests are coming, just call this function and go ahead. That's it. Hey, don't need to do anything. Just finish it in this way. That's it. So now let's see in detail. We can understand it better. We can say with console.log, say server is started at port 8888. Server is started at port 88. Here we can log another log for server. We can say request received. Once the request is received, this log will appear in console. And when the server is started, this will appear in the console. Let's go ahead and try it out. So let's break it, rerun it. You can see server is started and 888 is printed out already. That's mean line number 12 is executed. Now our server has finished his execution. The server is not waiting for any request to come. All the execution is done already. Now server told to the event loop that whenever any kind of request is received from the browser, please call this callback. Please call this function. What this callback will do? It will log one message in console. After that, write head and plain text. Message will be passed through the browser, and that's it. In this way, either you receive 1000 requests at the same time, there will be no blockage. Everyone will be entertained at the same time. Let's go to browser and try to run it out. And you can see here in the log, we had seen request received. Yeah, you had received two messages of request received. One is for favicon icon, just neglect it for the meantime, let's say, and the other one, like if you can receive, for example, I can say again and again. For example, I'll click here, again, 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 again. So all these requests are received simultaneously at the same time. So it's pretty good to handle the server in asynchronous way. It's much faster as compared to other languages. It's pretty basic example. I hope that's it for today's video. I hope you guys like the video. Please don't forget to subscribe and like our channel. Let's meet in next tutorial. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz.